Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lainey. Thank you so much for stopping by. As you can tell by the title of today's video, we're going to be doing items I've hit pan on edition number 2. Right at the start of the year, I did one of these videos just talking about some of the pans I had in my collection. It was a pretty small collection, and actually some of those I have now since finished, like my Becca highlighter. But in today's video, I'm going to give you an update onto some additional pans I've hit over the course of this year. So let's tap into it. I'll go with kind of like base products and then go into all the eyeshadows because that's kind of what I've predominantly hit pan on this year. So starting out, this is my Space Case Cosmetics highlight in Scene from Space 1A. And as you guys can see, I recently just hit pan on this. This was in my 2020 project pan, and I didn't expect to hit pan so soon, but it's actually a pretty shuttle pan, kind of similar to the ColourPop Super Shocks. This is an okay formula. It's not my favorite, but I like it enough to use it up. And yeah. Next up, we have a pressed powder, and this is my Urban Decay All Nighter powder. This is the best pressed powder of all time. And as you guys can see, I actually, again, just recently hit pan on this. It is actually very thin in the middle, so I expect the pan is going to grow. I did toss this into my 2020 project pan just to get some more use on it through the end of the year. I love this powder. It locks your makeup in all day long. I know it doesn't look like it matches me, but for me, this does, as it claims, you know, it is translucent on me. I don't find it gives me a dark cast. I'm not wearing it today. Or am I? No, I'm not. I'm wearing a powder foundation. But yeah, this is a great powder. I actually have a backup of this, which I know I shouldn't have, but it was on the 21 Days of Beauty sale, so I made an exception to that rule. Next, we have a blush. This is the Balm Auto Balm Girl Powder Blush in Houston. And I, again, just recently hit pan on it. This is a great blush, definitely an underrated formula. I just did the blush tag right before this and was talking about how this is such an underrated formula. It is so good. And this is just a great everyday peachy blush, kind of something that goes with any look. And yeah, I'm glad I hit pan on it. I would like to finish it next year. I definitely think I can do that. And then next is technically a blush, but I don't use it as a blush. This is the NYX HD blush in the shade Taupe. I use this as a contour, and I did earlier this year hit it, and I've just kind of been working on expanding the pan. I do have this in my Roulette Pan collab. I'm trying to use it 10 times every month. I won't finish it in the project, but this is kind of one of those things. Is I've panned completely one of these before, and I know at a certain point it's going to shatter. And I probably won't repress it because I don't care enough to. I don't contour a lot anymore. I'm more of a bronze girl now. So yeah, this is just something I hit pan on. And then everything else, if I hit pan on it, I finished it. So now we're gonna get into palettes. So I have 3 that I did mention. Sorry, I have my laptop over here. I took screenshots of that I've made more pan on. So first up, let's talk about Modern Renaissance. I have hit a lot more pan on it. As you guys can see, we have some finished shades, but everything has pan on it, even a red ochre down here. So at the time, none of these shades were finished. So I finished Tempera, I finished Golden Ochre, and then Vermeer and Primavera. Those had pan in them, and I finished them. Also at that time, I have Burnt Orange. I have not yet finished it, but all the other shades, so Raw Sienna, Red Ochre, Venetian Red, Warm Taupe, Real Gar, Cypress Umber, Love Letter, Antique Bronze, and Bone Fresco, those did not have pan in them at the time of my original video. So obviously I made a lot of progress on hitting pan. Obviously I'm so glad I was able to finish for the shadows. And yeah, I'm hoping to finish Burnt Orange by the end of the year and maybe Bone Fresco, but I'm not really focusing on this palette as much anymore because I'm just kind of tired of it, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that. But yeah, I'm happy that I was able to hit pan in all of the shades is what I'm trying to say. Next we have Dream Street, so let me find this in my screenshots. Oh yeah, I only had 1 pan. At the time I rearranged my palette. At the time I only had a very tiny baby pan in the shade, which I'm actually wearing this palette today. I have this peachy shade in the crease, and then this one to deepen it up, and then this shade all over the lid, and a little bit of this in the inner corner. So yeah, originally I had baby pan in here, which I definitely increased the pan, and then I hit pan in this shade, and then I have the tiniest, yeah, you can see it, the tiniest baby pan in this one. I believe this is called Spark. The reason it's kind of shaped weird is I dug my finger in it by accident, and I was just kind of focusing on the area, so it's really narrow, but I did manage, as you guys saw, to hit pan. So I'm really glad that I got 3 pans in this. I've said this before, but I'm trying to kind of loosely hit 3 pans in all of my eyeshadow palettes. So next up we have this one, which also only had 1 pan at the time of my first video, which was the orange color. I also rearranged this one. So at the time, this pan, I only had pan in this shade, the orange one. And since then, I've hit pan in the yellow, which I believe was originally called Mischief, and then Full Zip, I have, you know, I'm very close to finishing it. And then Butter Cake, which is now down here. Yeah, you can you see? I have like a very, very tiny little sliver of baby pan. I think, yeah, you can see right there. It's kind of blurry, but that little shiny bit right there, that is pan. So I have 4 pans in here, which I'm very happy about. So now I have 3 palettes that I have pans in, and then I have a single shadow. So let me just go with the single shadow, which I don't know when this video is going up. So this might be a spoiler for my Real Up Pan collab, but also not really because it was going to happen. And in Gumballs, can you see? It's so hard because it's such a reflective shadow. Yeah, you can kind of see there, I officially hit pan. So I'll give more details in my Real Up Pan Club update, but I'm really glad I was able to hit pan on this. It's probably my favorite single shadow of all time. Oops. And I'm just glad that I was able to hit pan in it. This is my Shop Miss A palette with all of my kind of special Davina shades. Next we have my Honey palette. This is from ColourPop, and I hit pan in the shade Sweet Spot down here. In the shade Sweet Spot, which is a really great yellow. I do like this palette. Also, if you're wondering, I removed all the glitters, and then I had this ColourPop palette I got for Christmas last year that had a lot of repeat shades and glitter in it. So I put all the glitters with my nail polish, and I'm just going to use them up that way as nail polish toppers. And I took one of the shades, and I didn't realize how purple it looked, but this shade does really well for deepening up this palette, which I think this was a weakness of this palette. So that's why my palette looks a little weird. And then Blue Moon is next. If you guys have watched my Harry Potter Project Pan, you guys would know that I have pan in 3 of the shades, if you guys can tell. Yeah, so Moonlight has pan, Fine China has pan, and then it's hard because it's a really reflective shadow, but Lumi has pan. Yeah, you can see there. So yeah, I mean, I'm really glad. There's my screenshot of me. Yeah, I'm really glad I was able to hit pan in 3 of the shades. Once again, completing my goal of hitting 3 pans per palette. Obviously, I do not have that in Honey, but maybe next year. I am going to be, actually, after this video, filming a Pan Those Shadows introduction. So, yeah. And finally, we have the Mulan palette, which is, again, from ColourPop. And I have 1 pan in it, and that is in the shade Legacy right here. It's kind of a matte brown with shimmer in it. I did try to do a Pan Those Shadows like on Instagram earlier this year, and I just kind of failed at it, but I was able to hit pan in Legacy down here. So, which is great because I really didn't think I would be able to, but I was. So, yeah, those are all of the items that I have to update you guys on how the pan is looking in my collection. I'm thinking maybe I can do another one of these maybe in about 6 months, and hopefully have a lot more pan to share with you guys. And yeah, I think that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing lots of nice pan. I don't know why I'm like holding all of these up. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you like, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!